Home Care Bosses. Happy New Year. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2023. This is my first live for this year. So I am super excited to be here today. So I'm wishing you a very happy new year. And I pray that all of your dreams for your life, for your businesses, come to pass this year. And your dreams are not going to come to pass if you don't take action. So if you here, please say hello. Let me know that you are here. If you catching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you are here. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I know for some of you, it's been quite a long time where you've been like you had a job that you are frustrated, right? You overwork, you underappreciated at the place that you've been working. Is that you? Let me know in the chat. Are you like frustrated, overworked, overwhelmed at a job that you don't really like anymore? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if that's you. Can you relate to that? I know a few years back, I could relate to that. I was at a job that I used to love, but I get to the place where I was overworked, frustrated, burnt out, right? Any of you can relate to this right now. If you are frustrated, overwhelmed, overworked at the job that you totally don't really like anymore, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat because I know how that feels. And I know for a lot of us, we've been saying, you know what? I've been in this situation for a while now, and it's time to make a change, but we haven't done anything, right? We haven't done anything. So now I ask you this question. Hey, Ti, hello, hello, hello. So now my next question for you, would you like to discover what having freedom, doing work that you truly enjoy, would you like to discover how does that feel? Like you have freedom, you making an impact, and you really do work that you truly enjoy and you're happy doing it. If you want to discover that, put yes in the chat and let me know as well. So if we haven't met yet, I am Sue Dennis. I am the home care agency startup and growth expert, and I am your host today. And you're listening to me here live on different platforms. So I'm here today, and basically, what I do, I help overworked, frustrated, overwhelmed, and underpaid nurses and healthcare professionals who are fed up with their day job and they're looking to build their own profitable home care agency so they can have more flexibility, more freedom, and more impact and make more money, have a business that can fund the life that they want to live, the life that they deserve. If that's you, if that's what you want, let me know in the chat. And really, my goal is to be able to spread all the best practice about non-medical home care agency ownership, so you don't have to make mistakes. You can gain the confidence that you need and become the home care boss that you desire to be. But my goal today is to encourage you. I want to share my story with you just to encourage you. That is my goal today. Is it okay if I share my story with you just for a little bit? Is it okay if I share my story with you just for a little bit? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Is it okay if I share my story with you just for a little bit? Let me know in the chat. As you're letting me know, again, if you're coming in, Happy New Year. I'm super excited that you are here. So as I'm waiting for your answer, I'll keep talking. So I know it's the new year, right? We all set goals for our life. We're like, hey, I'm going to change new year, new me. But let me tell you, 99% of those goals don't come to pass because people are not going to take actions and they're not going to remain consistent throughout the new year. You can talk all about new year, new me all day, but if you don't take actions and you that staying consistent, it's not going to happen. So okay, awesome. You guys say I can share my story with you. Okay, so let's get into the story. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. So I'm going to ask you this first question. Have you ever met someone that changed the trajectory of your life? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever met someone that changed the trajectory of your life? Let me know in the chat. For me, I have. And her name is Fiona. Fiona was my person that I met that changed the trajectory of my whole life. I want you to drop the name of one person that you met that changed your whole life for the better. Let me know in the chat. There's that one person that you met and they changed your whole life for the better. My person was Fiona. Let me know your person in the chat. Let me know who is that person for you in the chat. Okay? So for me, I'm from Florida. Like I went to high school in Florida. So part of going to high school in Florida, in order to graduate, we have to do 40 hours of community service. So that's how I met Fiona. So I met Fiona when I was doing my 40 hours of community service so I can graduate high school. She was very caring. She was compassionate. She was creating such an impact, right? That she ignited the love for the nursing profession for me. And I met her at the place. I was doing my 40 hours at a retirement place for the elderly. And she was the nurse there. So she was very caring. She was impacting them. And I was like, wow, this is who I want to be. This is what I need to be doing. So I followed my passion, right? I went to nursing school. I graduated. I got my first job. Things are going well. Eventually, I ended up being in my favorite specialty, which was like the intensive care unit. How many? Who works in the intensive care unit here? If you're ICU nurse or you work as a CNA, whatever, physical therapist, let me know. If you don't work there, let me know. What is the specialty? What's your favorite specialty? What's your favorite nursing specialty? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. So for me, I got this job in the ICU, right? And during my time in the ICU, that was the time in my personal life things were doing well for me too. I got engaged, I got married, and I was expecting my first child. So everything was going so well, and I was totally on top of the world. Do you remember a time in your life where everything was working perfectly for you and you were on top of the world? If you do, just put one in the chat. Let me know. If you do, just put one in the chat and let me know. Somebody said their favorite specialty is mental health and cardiac. Yeah, I love cardiac too, and I love mental health. Yes, awesome. So if you remember a time where you were on top of your life, things were going well for you, just put one in the chat. Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat. Let me know. So as part of my duty as an ICU nurse, whether I'm pregnant or not, part of our job, we have to turn comatose patient every 2 hours. We have to like clean them almost every 2 hours. And it didn't matter if you were pregnant or not. And for me, while I was working in the ICU, I became pregnant and I still have to do those work. So I remember that one day I saw this one patient that was crooked in the bed, right? And I reached out to one of my coworkers to help me pull that patient up in bed. And the next thing that I know was like I felt like wetness down my leg. And when I look on the floor, it was like a bloody murder. So I got rushed into the ER. And when I was there, the doctor did not give me any hope. He sent me on bed rest. It's like, ma'am, go on bed rest. Expect for the worst to happen. You about to lose this baby because with the amount of bleeding that you're having, there's no way you're gonna be able to carry this baby to term. As you can imagine, that news just like shattered my whole world. I went from like being on top of the world to being at the bottom of the world after I heard that news, right? So while I was in bed rest, I was stressing out. I was thinking about all different kind of things. I felt guilty that I allowed my job to like basically get me into this situation, right? Because this job right now was about to cost me the most precious things that I ever have, which was my future baby, right? Have you ever been in a situation? Let me know. Let me know. Have you ever been in a situation where things didn't turn out for you the way that you expected them to go? Have you ever been in a situation where things didn't go out for you the way that you expected them to be? Let me know in the chat. Let me know because that's where I was. That wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to have like a normal baby, normal pregnancy. I didn't expect my job to like put my pregnancy in danger, or my baby life in danger. That was never my expectation, right? So I was stressed out. Um, and one of the things that was also stressing me out was that the fact that after all of this, I will have to still go back to work, right? I'll still have to go back to work. And I started thinking, there's no way I'll be able to enjoy work after I lose this baby. There's no way I'm gonna be able to be on the floor working and thinking my job cost me like to lose my baby. I'm like, this is gonna be like, I'm gonna relive this story over and over and over again, and that I can't do that. So I started thinking, what do I need to do? What else can I do? Because I still love to help people. What else can I do to still help people? But I don't have to like jeopardize my well-being, my future kids. I don't have to like basically put my body in danger in places that I don't have to be, right? So I was really thinking about all of those things. I'm like, how can I avoid to go to the hospital? Right? How can I avoid to go? Because I know there's no way I could take that mental anguish. Are you guys there with me? Are you there with me? Let me know. Are you there with me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Right? I know there was no way. And in the beginning, I loved my job, but now because of this incident, it's like I know I can't go there. So I started having this conversation with my husband, and I'm like, there's no way I can go back to work. What is it? I'm trying to think, what else can I do? What is my next step? What is my next assignment? What else can I do? And as I was talking to my husband, that's when he was like, baby, do you remember what you said you wanted to do like 10 years ago when on your nursing essay? Because he helped me do my nursing interest school essay. He's like, do you remember what you said when you wanted to do like to go to nursing school on the nursing interest school essay? Remember what you said you wanted to do? And I'm like, dude, I don't remember. How many of you have a supportive spouse? How many of you have a supportive spouse that supports you in everything? Like literally, my husband helped me do my nursing interest essay. He really did. And he even remember what I put in there, right? So he was like, baby, you remember what you said you were gonna do? I'm like, dude, I don't remember anything. I'm pregnant. I don't even remember what I ate this morning. What are you talking about? How do you expect me to remember things that I said 10 years ago? I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, just if you're gonna tell me, just tell me. And it's like, remember, you see, you wanted to be like Fiona, you wanted to have a home for the elderly. Uh, and when you say that, I was like, whoa, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Like it kind of like dawned on me that that's what I wanted to do, but life had happened and I never acted on that. How many of you here, you're like, hey, I know what I want to do, right? But life had happened and you kind of even forget about your dream. How many of you that has happened to? Like, you know exactly, hey, I have a plan. This is what I want to do. But when you get there, when you get in front of the truth, you're like, hey, I don't even remember what I wanted to do because life happened, right? How many of you have experienced this? Because that was me. I'm like, I don't even remember if that was my dream, right? Because life had happened and I totally went into a different direction. I didn't follow to what I say I was gonna do. And as I'm thinking about it, I was like, you know what? This is my chance. Because I said I wanted to do this 10 years ago, and I never even take action and do anything. I was like, you know what? This is my chance. This is my chance to finally make this happen. How many of you will know, like, hey, right now, 2023 is your chance to make whatever your dream is to finally make your dream come true. And it doesn't have to relate to home care. How many of you, if you know, like, hey, you know what? I've been sitting on my dreams for the longest, and I know this year is the time for me to actually take actions to make my dream come true. If that's you, put action in the chat. If that's you, put action in the chat. How many of you are like, you know what? I wanted to start my business, or I wanted to do this. I wanted to travel the world, but I haven't done it. And it's been 100 years since you said that, and nothing happened. And you know, 2023, this year, is your last chance to make it happen. If you know that, I want you to put actions in the chat. I want you to put actions in the chat. Good. Put actions in the chat. So for me, That was my chance to act now on my dreams that I postponed for so long. I knew it that year was my chance. It was 2016. I'm like, that was my chance to get started with this dream that I postponed for so long. So at that time, I decided, let me see how many of you say, okay, action. I see action in the chat. Okay, you will I see action. Yes, yes, it's your year, y'all. It's your year. The longer you wait, the longer it's gonna take for your dream to happen. For me, sometimes I ask myself, if I had started, because I had this dream of starting my agency like back in 2000 like 5-ish. Yeah, 2005. That's when I graduated high school. I got my dream of starting my home care agency back in 2005. And I didn't make it happen until 2016. And a lot of time I ask myself, what if I had started when I had the dream? What if I started my business in 2005 when I knew that I needed to start my business? Where would I have been now? Right? Where would I have been now? Like, there's a cost for taking action, but also there's a cost of not taking action. Taking action costs, and not taking action also costs. And let me give you an example. So I'll give you this example. So my brother had this house, beautiful house. It lives like it's on a lot of land, beautiful house. But when he bought the house, he only had one kid, right? So it was three of them. They bought a house. It was too big for them because they only had one kid, right? And they have multiple bedroom. They have like lots of lands. And as they started growing their family, they felt the need of renovating the house and making it bigger, right? So my brother called some contractors and say, I need you guys to um remodel my house and make it bigger. I need to add, I think you wanted to add like 2 extra rooms or whatever minimum, but you wanted to make it bigger. So contractor told them, hey, it's gonna be about $40,000 to make that happen. Guess what? My brother was like, you know what? Mm-mm, that's a lot of money. I'm not gonna do it now. Let's wait a little bit. Right? It was like, $40,000. It's a lot of money. Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit. We don't need to do this now. That was about like maybe 8 years ago, right? And he didn't do it. So then he had a second kid. Then he had a third kid. Then when he had the third kid now, a couple years ago, it's like, you know what? I don't want to keep growing my family. I need a bigger house. Let's call the same people to see if they can grow my house. Not grow, if they can make it bigger, remodel my house. Guess what? They came and they gave him a quote. They're like, in order for you to do the work that you want to do, it's gonna cost you $300,000. $300,000. He was not happy a few years back when they told him it was $40,000. He thought that was too much. And he didn't take action, right? And like a few years later, come to now, he wants to do it, and they quoting him to want to do the same exact work. And they quoting him $300,000. That's like a $260,000 difference, right? $260,000 difference. Guess what that is? That is the cost of inaction. Because had he had acted on what he needed to do a few years back, it would have costed $40,000. He thought that was too much money. Now, moving forward to now, they're like, it's $300,000. That's a $260,000 difference. That's how much it cost them for not acting. That's how much it cost them for not acting when it was supposed to act. So there is a cost for inaction. The longer you wait to get started with your home care agency, the longer you wait to get started on your dream, there's gonna be a cost attached to that. Honestly, I don't even want to know how much it will have cost me, how much it cost me my cost of inaction for not acting on my dream in 2005. And we can try to do some math. When we started, my husband and I started a home care agency in 2016. In 4 years, we made it to like $1 million business. So if I had started in 2005, you can go ahead, because I'm scared of doing the math. I don't want to know how much my inaction costs. Okay. You can go ahead and make the calculation. 2005 to 2009, 2009 to 2013, 2013 to 2017. My cost of inaction really cost me a few millions of dollars. A few millions of dollars. That's my cost of inaction. If I were to make the same progress that I made in my business right now as I did when I was supposed to start, that's how much it costs me for not getting started. So it's your choice. I'm giving you this knowledge. Like now you know, because maybe you didn't know. There's a cost for inaction and there's a cost for taking action, right? They both cost. So what cost do you want to pay? Let me know. What charge do you want to pay? The charge for actions or the charge for inactions? Let me know in the chat. What cost do you want to pay? The cost for actions or the cost for inaction? Let me know in the chat. What do you want to pay? The cost for actions or the cost for inaction? I want you to let me know, because it is your choice. I know what cost I want to pay, because I already pay a lot for not acting on my dreams. I all like for letting fear put me like, hey, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm afraid. I don't know how. I already pay so much more for not acting on my dream. I don't want to pay for not acting on my dreams anymore. I don't. I'm about like, I want to pay for action. I'm gonna pay somebody else, let them show me the way, and I'm gonna take action. Because the cost of inaction is greater than the cost of action, right? I see y'all. I say, yeah, Tiola say, yeah, actions. So I say, yeah, I want to pay for the cost of action. You guys are smart. Yes, you want to pay for the cost of action. And like I was saying, for me at that moment, I realized it was my chance. I'm like, it was time for me to act on the dream that I postponed for so long, right? And I decided it was time for me to start my home care agency. And I did just that. And not only did I start my home care agency, I started my home care agency. Things started getting better for us. The agency, the first year was really hard. Okay, so let's get this part out of the way. The first year of starting, how many of you are in your first year of starting your business? How many of you are in your first year of starting a business? Straight up, the first year is the hardest. Like if you can make it past the first year, you can do anything. Trust me. If you can make it past the first year, being a home care agency owner, trust me, you can do anything in your life. Okay, you're gonna go far if you can pass the first year. The first year, yeah, I'll do another live and share some of my experience in the first year. But the first year is the most difficult year. First year, most difficult year. But somehow we pushed through the first year. We stay consistent. And after that, we started to see some of the fruit of our labor. And yes, having a home care agency, I don't want to sell you a dream. I want to be truthful with you. There's great part in this. There's not so good part in this. Just like everything else in life. Having a home care agency, I have a successful home care agency, but there has been ups, there has been down. It never been a straight path where we're just cruising. Woo, let's go. No, it's been like we go up, then we go down, up, down, up, down. Sometimes it's like like the turbulence in the plane. Sometimes that's how it is. Whoop, 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 you know. Sometimes we stay up for a little bit longer. We stay down for a little bit longer, right? But it's the best thing I ever done in my life. It is so rewarding being able to take care, allowing people to stay in their home and age in place, being able to provide job, being able to get like financial reward for my family. And I'm not saying this thing to brag, and I'm not saying this thing to make you do a movement or anything, right? Because it's up to you. But it's like I've been able to like do things that I never thought even possible in my lifetime, right? A lot of things, right? A lot of things. I've been able to like retire my parents. I've been able like to help. It's a lot. It's a lot. I've been able to do a lot of things. I've been able to work on my own term, be my own boss, provide jobs in my community. I've been able to do all of those things, all of because I let go of my fear and took a chance and started my home care agency. Not only did I start my home care agency, I stuck with it. At least for the first year when things were really hard, I stayed consistent, and didn't give up the first year because there was so many opportunity for me to give up the first year. But I stay consistent. And as I stay consistent, now I'm able to like reap the fruit of my labor. And not only did I start my home care agency, um, my home care agency has opened doors to me too, where I never thought in a million of years that I will be able to like have the privilege to teach other burnt outs over frustrated nurses and healthcare professionals to start their own profitable and thriving home care agency. If I didn't start my home care agency, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have today. So I can share with other people like you and set them free from their jobs, set them free so they can be on their purpose and living in their purpose, making impact in their community, right? Right? Yeah, I could have never done that. It's like it's a cascading effect. One thing bring the other. One thing bring the other. Right? And that's my question to you. Have you ever been in a bad situation and you came out victorious? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever been in a bad situation and you came out victorious? Because that was me. The whole situation where I was about to lose my baby, I was burned out at work because of my work. I almost lost I put my pregnancy in jeopardy and all of this. It was a really sad situation. But guess what? I became victorious to this situation. I was able to birth my home care agency. But the best part of the news, I almost say the goodest part of the news. Goodest is not a word, but that's what that came to me, okay? The goodest part of the news, okay, is that what the doctor said for my son didn't happen. I didn't lose my baby. My baby is well and alive today. My baby is well and alive today. And I haven't had to clock in at a nursing job in years because I make more money with my business than I ever made as a bedside nurse. Okay? So, and if this situation, if the situation didn't happen, let me tell you, Sue loves being an employee. Nobody loves being an employee more than I am because I do not like responsibilities. If this situation never happened, I it wouldn't I wouldn't be where I am today. I would have never even thought of changing career, like go ahead and start my own business. But it's because that bad situation happened to me that gave me that wake up call that I needed to finally bet on myself. And I don't know who is that for, because that wasn't something I planned in my head, but whoever that is for, you may be going to a hardship right now. You may be going to a bad situation right now, right? You may be going to a bad situation right now. I'm here to tell you, you're gonna come out on the other side victorious. That situation here, now it looks bad, but that's the situation that is meant for you to get outside of your comfort zone and bet on yourself. Okay? That is the situation that will stress you and get you outside of your comfort zone so you can bet on who? Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat so you can bet on yourself, on me, on you, right? Put me in the chat. If you know, like, hey, it's time for you to bet on yourself. It's time for you to bet on yourself, right? If you know this is my time, this is a time for me for you to bet on yourself. I want you to put me in the comments. You may be going through some tough times right now, and you don't see your way out. When I was going through my situation, I didn't see my way out. I didn't know I was going to become victorious on the other side. I didn't know that I was going to birth something even more marvelous, something greater on the other side. If somebody had told me, hey girl, you're going through this situation, but you're gonna be victorious on the other side, you're gonna birth something that eyes have not seen, you never dreamed of before. If somebody told me that, I'll be like laugh in their face. I'm like, what are you talking about? Go sit down somewhere. But don't do that. I'm telling you, I've been there. You may be going to something right now. It looks like there's no way out. But I know the same way I came on the other side, I became victorious on the other side. You too can become victorious on the other side, right? So I'm here to tell you it is time for you to act on your dream. I'm here to tell you, like, I know some of you, you may not have acted on your dream that you've been like you've been like loving on this dream, protecting this dream for like 10 years plus, and you haven't done anything, right? If you know that's you and you know you had a dream, you know there are great things that you need to accomplish in your life, but you've been procrastinating, it is never too late to start acting on it, right? And if you know you've been calling to work with the elderly, how many of you know you've been calling to work with the elderly? How many of you know like starting your home care agency is part of your dream? Let me know in the chat. If you is starting part of is starting your home care agency is part of your dream, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Like if you know working with the elderly, starting your home care agency is part of your dream, do not wait for a near tragic event to happen, like what happened to me, for you to start acting on your dream. Yeah, because some of us are stubborn. In order for us to do the things that we need to do, it's like we have to go to some painful experience. Okay? Don't be that person. Don't be that stubborn. Like in order for you to get to where you need to be, that you have to be placed in a tragic experience to like give you a wake up call. Don't wait for a tragic life experience to come to give you a wake up call. Give yourself a wake up call now. Now is your time to act. Now it's your chance. 2023 is your year to act on all of your dreams, whether it's to start your home care agency and all of your other dreams, right? Now is your time to start. Now is your time to act. And like I said earlier, starting my home care agency has opened so many doors for me. And if your dream is to start your home care agency, you're like, I don't know how. I know this is my dream. I know this is what I've been called for, but I just don't know how to do this. I would like to invite you to my free summit. I'm doing a free summit. It's free. I'm doing a free 1 day summit. It's gonna be January 8th. So it's next Sunday. I'm doing this one day free summit Sunday where you can come for the whole day, and I'm gonna show you the step-by-step process that you need in order to get started with your own care agency. Who would like me to invite them to the summit? Would you like an invite to the summit? If you need an invite, put an invite in the chat. Put an invite in the chat. If you like an invite to the summit, put an invite in the chat so we can invite you to the summit. Like I say, the summit is free, totally free, no string attached. And if you ever been to one of our summits before, you know we're gonna drop the golden nuggets. You're gonna get like people come to our free event, free summit, and they're like, Sue, I got more about out of that free summit that I get from things that I paid a lot of money for. So that's what we do in the free summit. I know some of you, this is your year, but you don't know what is the next step. So you need to be at the summit. If you like an invite, put invite in the chat. My team will send you the link where you can register. It's 1 day. You're gonna need the whole day. So it's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you're gonna need to cancel your plans. If you had plans to whatever plans you had for Sunday, you need to cancel them right now so you can focus on your business and come to the summit and learn how to start your profitable home care agency in 2023. So in the summit, I'm gonna be teaching. Enoch, my husband, is gonna be teaching. We're gonna have different sessions, and all of them gonna be golden session. We're gonna have like some of our students that have come and work with us, and now they started their agency. You can ask them questions as well. So it's gonna be a lot of great information that you don't want to miss. It is worth for you to cancel all of the plans that you have. Start telling your husband Sunday is your time for you in your business. Start telling your kids so they can just eat Lunchable on Sunday. They just gonna do this for one day, okay? They're gonna be fine, just one day. So you can focus and join us for the virtual summit online so you can focus and get the knowledge that you need to start your business. How many of you would like to get that knowledge you need to make your dream of starting your home care agency come alive in 2023? If you like an invite, put invite in the chat, and my team will send you an invite link so you can be there. So thank you so much. Thank you. I'm super excited, and I'll see you soon. But thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and keep going after your dream. I'm excited for you. It's gonna happen sooner than you think about this. I know a lot of you haven't been where you needed to be because you don't have the knowledge. You haven't started your home care agency because you don't have the knowledge, right? Because you don't have the knowledge. But don't worry, I'm dropping the knowledge this Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 6 p.m. You have to be present. You cannot be like, hey, I'm working and I'm at this summit. No. You can't be, oh, I'm at church, I'm at this summit. No. You have to be present because I'm going to be dropping golden information all day. By the time you're done, you're going to come out with a roadmap of what you need to do to get started with your home care agency. We're going to know exactly what you need to do. And the cool thing is, when you register for the summit, we'll give you a free checklist on the steps that you need to start your home care agency. So we're giving you like a lot of stuff. So make sure you get registered for the summit. And also, the summit is totally free, right? But we also have a VIP option. The reason why I have the VIP option because people have been asking us, they're like, hey, Sue, I want more. I know the summit is great, but I want more. I want to be able to hear the teaching session that you have over and over again. I want more access. So for those people, you can always, you have to first register for the summit, the free part. And if you want more, you can always register for VIP access. Always register VIP access. There's a small fee for VIP access, but when you do VIP access, there's a lot that come with VIP access. So first of all, when you do VIP access, what comes with it, you get a virtual VIP background. So when you pull up into the summit room, everybody's looking like, hey, the VIP, the V to the I to the P is here. They know you're here, right? But not only that, cool part, you get access. You get 14 days access to the replays of the whole day. So you can listen to it over and over and over again. So the VIP is also good. If you like Sue, I really like the idea of what you say, but I know I won't be there all day and I need to listen to it again, then you need to sign up for VIP. All right. So the VIP, you get access to the replay. Not only that, I put together a course called the Home Care Quick Start Guide. So I'm going to give you access to that course as well, the Home Care Quick Start Guide. And then not only that, when you are a VIP, we have the summit on Sunday, but I have an extra VIP session Tuesday night for all the VIPers. Okay. So I have the VIPer Q&A session for all the VIPer. So that's what we have going on. So you can go to the link. I'm going to drop the link here. Get registered right now. Get registered right now. And if you want more after you registered, please make sure you upgrade to VIP because VIP is the way to go. VIP is only like $97. So everything that I just said. But remember, the summit is free and you're going to get, ton of values for free. But it's like, you know what? I like the free stuff, but I want more. If that's you, upgrade to VIP. Then you're gonna get more access, more teaching, more training, more time with me in a group setting, so you can register for VIP. So I'm super excited for all of y'all. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'm excited for y'all. I can't wait to see you guys at the summit, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.